It's Central Arkansas and Lipscomb as we've got chalk going into the semis. Hello and welcome courtside inside Alico Arena. I'm John Vitas alongside former player and coach Jay Webb Horton. And Jay Webb, these teams met twice in the regular season and the games went very differently.
Well, it's a tale of two cities. FGCU wins by 30 points here. Then they go over and just squeak out a 3-point victory at EKU. So tonight we're going to find out what is the real true story, 30 or 3. Or somebody's got to win, right?
Now, somebody's punching their ticket to the finals tonight. These teams have some senior-laden lineups, and for EKU, they're trying to prolong the career of one of their all-time greats, Alice Recanati.
Alice Recanati, I'll tell you, man, 1,500 points. She is really what you call true pasta. If they're going to win tonight, then they've got to make sure that she plays good ball.
And on the other side for the Eagles, Lauryn Taylor mans the middle, and she is always an important factor on the glass.
Lauryn Taylor, her key to victory for FGCU is pulling down rebounds and getting at least 10 to 12 points a game. Hey, if the Eagles are going to soar, Lauryn Taylor must lead the way.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game for Coach Horton. First for the visiting Colonels.
Well, they got to make shots. They got to control the boards, and they want to have solid ball movement. They want to, I think the term is fluidity.
And for the Eagles?
Well, they got to limit their turnovers. They had 17 up at EKU. They got to control the boards, and they got to get out on their transition offense.
Taking a look at the head coaches, Greg Todd leads the way for EKU. His fourth season, excellent record. Went to the semifinals last year as well. That is where they were ousted. On the other side, it is Chelsea Lyles, took over the program 2 games into the regular season for Carl Semesco. Newly minted ASUN Coach of the Year. She has done a magnificent job and has this team riding a 21-game winning streak into tonight. Eagles win the tip. Dolly Cairns controls, and away we go from Alico Arena.
Hey, showtime in Alico Arena. Champ week, big guy. Here we go.
FGCU going for 9 consecutive ASUN tournament titles, 2 wins away. This is Kamari Mitchell-Steen on the bounce, shoveling to Serena Roll. Jefferson, the conference player of the year, misses a 3 to start the night. Rebound pulled in by Caitlin Costner. There's the starting 5 for the Colonels, of course, led by Recanati. 3 all-conference performers in that starting 5, and then a reach-in foul called at midcourt on Jasmine McGinnis-Taylor.
Now, Jasmine she has a higher basketball IQ than that, because she is intricate in controlling the boards and running that offense through her for the Colonels.
How about this for Coach Todd? An immediate substitution. She comes out, and a sub coming in, that is Kailani Lindsay. There's the starting 5 for FGCU. This has been their group for most of the season. Roll circling. Taylor in the post. Lobs inside for Roll. Fades and missed it. Strong rebound handled by Lindsay.
See, good move by the Colonels to get her out of the ball game, because you can't get 2 this quick in the ball game.
There's a kick. And an extra pass for Angeles, who hits the 3.
Hey, Angeles can flat out shoot. I think she's like 33% from the 3, John.
Altea Kara Angeles, Old Dominion transfer. Now it's Taylor trying to match her, and Lauryn Taylor, who's known for her play on the interior, splashes home a game-tying 3.
She said, Jay Webb, you made me the player to watch. Watch this.
Taylor evens things up early on, and she'll take a couple every night, but not the highest percentage on the team, let's put it that way, and looked really good on that shot.
I mean, she is 16%, okay? Anything from the 3 is bonus.
And an early bonus for FGCU. That one knocked away by Taylor, and Jefferson comes out of it with a head of steam. Imani Jefferson is on the board.
Well, I've said this before. When she steals the ball, she be even, she be leaving. Layup.
Yeah, transition opportunities, one of your keys, always something the Eagles are trying to do because their defense is so tough, it will force some turnovers.
Even when they were raining threes, they were really good defensively.
There's a lob inside. Loose ball. It's a jump ball. It'll stay with EKU. But there's some energy from the Eagles here early on.
Well, 3 minutes into the ball game, and Amani Jefferson is putting her imprint. She wants to be here on Saturday.
Saturday, of course, when the championship game will commence.
Well, here comes Skylar Gill, another 6-footer.
There's a move inside, no good from McGinnis-Taylor, and the Eagles clear. Mitchell Steen got hit and earns a trip to the free throw line. Mitchell Steen, it's going to be an offensive foul.
I'll tell you, I love the fact that she put her head down and went to the hole. Mitchell Steen has improved the last 4 or 5 ball games. She's become a force for the Eagles.
There she is defensively. Here's Recanati. Can do a little bit of everything. Freihofer gives it up, and the three is good. Angeles again. Serena Roll for 3. That's too strong. On the bounce, here come the Colonels. Floater off the mark, rebound Mitchell Steen. The Eagles looking to run. Jefferson snaps one over to Taylor. Not going to shoot another one. She'll be content with her 1-for-1. Cairns knocked Angeles to the ground. I think it's going to be a block.
Well, that's because Angeles wasn't set. Once again, we've said this over and over again, right, John? Defense is played by moving your feet. You can't be reaching.
Angeles clearly not set there. First 2 subs come in for FGCU. It is Karina Gordon and Casey Santoro. That's a bit of a departure from the norm. Gordon's usually the 9th or 10th player in the game, but she's the first one in off the bench today. Played really well in the quarterfinals the other night.
I'm collecting jewelry here.
Jay Webb is now the proud steward of the Gordon earrings. Always a familiar face here at the table. Santoro has it, top of the arc. 5 to shoot, roll to the rim. Couldn't get the angle. Taylor goes high for the rebound. Asking for a foul after that rebound. Santoro turns the corner. Gordon into Recanati. Letting him play early. Taylor spinning. Gordon shooting at the shot clock buzzer, in and out. And a strong rebound from McGinnis-Taylor, who ran it down in the corner.
Well, they're going to let them knock each other around.
And then Santoro's called for a reach-in.
Here's what I love about Recanati. She has reckless abandon going to the hole.
But she keeps her head up, too. Knows where everybody is. Here's another look at that play.
A little hesitation, and boom.
Baseline inbound. Costner off the window, didn't get the roll. Battling Cairns for the rebound, and it'll be an over the back on Costner.
Costner, one of those Indiana people.
There's a look at Angeles coming right back in. Coach Todd constantly cycling in subs here in the early going.
Costner was at Ohio State, a little Osceola, Indiana.
The Eagles had an Ohio State transfer a few years ago. Kirsten Bell, of course, of WNBA fame. Pull up, Gordon, straight on, no.
Right now, the Eagles haven't found their stroke from the 3.
EKU 2 for 2, FGCU 1 for 5 from 3. That's Toussaint, who's in for the first time. Instead, it's a 3 from Costner.
Costner says, I can make this.
13 a game for Costner. Gordon lines up another one, and she's 0 for 3. On the bounce, Recanati. Defense got back. Pull-up triple is good. Liz Freihofer knocks it down, and a timeout from FGCU.
T.O., baby.
We will step aside and come on back. EKU out to a 12-5 lead as you get a look at Lauryn Taylor. For more on her, let's introduce you to the third member of our broadcast team, Ty Maranzano.
Thank you, John. Fifth-year transfer Lauryn Taylor has made EKU respect her play in the first year in the conference. LT picked up a double-double in both games against the Colonels, including 14 points and 11 rebounds last matchup on February 8th. Taylor was then named ASUN Newcomer of the Week following that performance. Tonight, Lauryn Taylor already has 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and a three-pointer. John, back over to you.
Thank you, Ty. And Jay Webb, probably part of the reason she was your player to watch tonight. Really good success against this opponent this year.
Well, she's had success against everybody, but right now the success is 4 for 4 from the 3 for the Colonels, and they only shoot 34% from the 3. So they're way above their average.
Jefferson missed it.
FGCU shoots 33%. And they are right now 1 for 7.
And you can guarantee the assistant coaches for the Eagles are looking at those exact numbers right now. But water finds its level, Mr. Horton. That's probably their what's making them feel a little bit better about it right now. That eventually they'll start to make them, and eventually the Colonels will start to miss them.
Boy, I tell you, they just dodged the bullet there because Recanati was backing down Dolly Cairns.
Gill with a fake. Skylar Gill, righty hook, no.
Good move by Skylar Gill.
Lid on the basket right now for FGCU. They have missed 7 shots in a row. And EKU has out-rebounded the Eagles so far, which is very, very out of character for FGCU. They out-rebound their opponent by 6 rebounds per game. Recanati with the turnaround bank shot.
Well, Recanati's a baller. We said that in our opening up.
Don't look now, but the number 1 seed is down by 9.
Well, remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint.
3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. This is Alana Page, freshly put into the ball game, and that doesn't fall. Down and out for Page.
So it's not that they aren't getting good shots, they just aren't falling down. So
now to trust the process. Recanati hands to Angelus. Toussaint had double digits off the bench in the quarters. Ryhofer has to defer, 4 to shoot. Costner, floater is good. A long-range floater from Caitlin Costner, and it's a double-digit Eastern Kentucky lead. 5-minute scoring drought for FGCU. Costner steals it. Ahead it goes to Angelus. I'm not sure the Eagles have trailed by this much at home all season. Only 2 home losses. I beg your pardon, 1 home loss for FGCU all year. (16-1) in this building. Oh, Jefferson takes another one, and that's what EKU wants. They are begging her to take it, and she's taken 2 of them now. Recanati in the lane. Lost the defender. Lefty jumper is short. Offensive rebound brought in by Toussaint. Ryhofer uses the window, and it's a 15-point lead for EKU. Chelsea Lyles has already used 1 timeout. She's got to be thinking about a second here. You only get 4 for the game. Gill turns, bank shot, yes. And Skylar Gill ends the drought. That snaps a 17-0 EKU run.
Well, good. If you're an Eagle fan, you want a 17-0 run early, not in the fourth quarter, but in the first quarter.
Eagles have not lost a game in the calendar year of 2025. This is a score that will grab some people's attention. Jefferson is trying to split the defense, threw it up wildly, got it back. Gill from the wing misses the 3. And it goes out of bounds to the Colonels.
As we said, FGCU shoots they shoot 33% from the 3. They made 221.
It is a for 10 start from beyond the arc for the Eagles. McGinnis-Taylor back in, and Maya Wardle checks in for the first time. There's Wardle.
See, one of the things I like about Coach Lyle, never lose their composure. Keeps cool, calm, and collected, which transfers to your team.
Absolutely. Lots of dribbling for Freihofer. McGinnis-Taylor kicks. Recanati drawing a double team. McGinnis-Taylor misses the rebound and taps it to the Eagles. That was a risk-reward defensive decision by FGCU, and it worked out. Shot clock is off, 10 seconds to play. Jefferson. Bounce pass, Taylor denied. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles. Only 2 seconds on the clock.
Nice look there by Amani Jefferson trying to find Taylor on the slip.
Only thing is EKU saw it coming. They have watched a lot of film, it appears. Jefferson jumps high but missed the floater. That will not count either. And it's going to be EKU by 13 at the end of one quarter. How about then all of these players well-deserving? J. Webb Horton, Imani Jefferson bringing home her second consecutive ASUN Player of the Year award.
Well, Lauryn Taylor, third-team All-ASUN. Dolly Kearns, Caller Athlete of the Year, Coach of the Year, Coach Lyle. Rakani, second team. You got Costner, a third team, and then, hey, Freihofer, who I think a baller coming on, all freshman team. So there are awards galore out there. But when you look at the game right now, FGCU is 1 for 10. They are not going to keep shooting at that percentage from the three-point line. 13 points is not a big lead when you have the firepower that FGCU has.
And here's one thing we also know, having done games here for years, is that when the Eagles start to make some shots and start to give energy on defense, this crowd is going to give them a big lift. Here it comes. The noise begins on a three from Imani Jefferson, and just like that, it's down to 10.
Well, Imani Jefferson says, if I'm the player of the year, I'm not going out like this. So, hang on.
If you're EKU, it's all about how well can you maintain what you've done. Costner lost the handle. Lobs to Freihofer. In the post. Nice move inside, and McGinnis-Taylor gets the roll.
Well, McGinnis-Taylor, once again, inside out. She can play.
Taylor spots up. Too strong. And it's going to be an over-the-back on roll. But how about that? 4 for 4 from 3 for EKU. It was staggering to even see it on camera there.
Like I said, they're a 34% team from the three.
Oh, Recanati keeps her dribble despite falling. Costner uses the screen. Recanati tried the baseline, and Jefferson bumped her. It'll be a foul.
I'll say, did you see that little slip behind the back? She has handled, brother.
One of the best to ever do it at Eastern Kentucky, the all-time assist leader. Tonight, Recanati also becomes the first Colonel to play in 155 career games.
I mean, they might as well just build a statue for her over there in front of that nice arena they've got.
Recanati from Bergamo, Italy. Over 1,500 career points, and as J. Webb pointed out earlier, the all-time assist leader in program history. Thought about the jumper, and instead distributes. Costner for three, too strong. Oh, look at the hustle from McGinnis-Taylor to get the offensive board. Recanati's floater goes begging, and it's out of bounds, but was there a foul? No, it's out of bounds, and FGCU will have it. So the Colonels will finally miss the three tonight. Took them till the second quarter.
Well, you know, it's amazing because basketball is ebb and flow. And right now the Eagles hope they can get flowing.
Jefferson, they're backing off on her and packing it in tight. Same thing against Roll.
Well, see, once again, you got to have more passes than dribbles.
Mitchell Steen Gives it up. Jefferson wants to try again. This time it's too strong. Taylor there to bring in the offensive board. Mitchell Steen kicks, roll from the corner. It's good, and Serena Roll makes it a single-digit margin.
Here's the thing about shooters. They never think they're going to miss the next shot. And a great momentum there for Serena Roll to see that one go down.
We'll see if that gets the Eagles going. They were 2 for 13 before that make. That's too strong off the window from Costner. Jefferson always looking to push. Bounces off contact and will go to the free throw line. Lightning quick, Amani Jefferson from Southwest Florida. Transferred in from Memphis.
This Fryharper, I got her foul, first foul.
We've seen a total of 8 fouls now, and nobody has 2. So nobody in trouble at this stage. Already 8 attempts tonight for Jefferson. Converts on the first. Second one good, and it's a 7-point game.
Amani's a 65% shooter from the free throw line.
She gets a good amount of opportunities as well. Always looking to drive and get some contact.
What a matchup. Her and Recanati guarding each other, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaylin Flowers is in for the first time for FGCU. They dump it down low. Good defense from the Eagles. 2 to shoot. Recanati is going to be called for a travel. If it wasn't a travel, it was going to be a shot clock violation anyway.
Well, see, that was the lack of fluidity for the Colonels that they really want to avoid. You know, Coach Todd was talking about they want to have good flow. There was no flow that time.
Eagles defense starting to sink their teeth in, the number 1 defensive team in the ASUN. Gill takes their defender one-on-one, finds an open Flowers. The freshman tees one up and knocks one through.
See, if you trust the process, and you know that FGC is not going to shoot 1 for 10 very long from the 3.
Flowers will get a steal. 4-on-2 for FGCU, and a foul is called. It'll be on the floor. I think they're going to give her free throws, actually. They're saying she was gathering. No, it'll be a baseline inbound.
I was going to say that was a stretch of magic if they gave her a shot.
The official was pointing towards the basket. I think she was pointing at the person who committed the foul.
I'm sitting there going like, wow. I didn't know the baskets were in the corner.
There's Gill, top of the arc, and a big collision, and they're going to call Jefferson for an offensive foul. And there you see the reaction.
Luis Gonzalez, veteran official, a regular here on the floor of Alico Arena.
So a foul on Jefferson, a turnover in the books as well. EKU, though, only up by 4 after they were up 13 at the end of the first quarter. Recanati for 3, in and out. There's the leaping ability of Jefferson. Rebound number 4. Gill came over to help. Now it's Jefferson. Gill thought about it. Mitchell Steen has been quiet, scored double figures in the quarters. Knocked away. It'll stay with FGCU with 7 on the shot clock.
See, that's a mismatch for Mitchell Steen right there. That's why he can put it on the floor and go to the hole. I'm surprised they didn't get that for a reach in there, John.
Yeah, I agree. Mitchell Steen, a very accomplished player at Northern Kentucky. Look at that move. Missed the layup, though. Goes right back into the defense. Missed again. Third time, no good. And a foul. It's going to be a jump ball.
Possession arrow, EKU.
It'll go the other way. A great effort from Mitchell Steen. Just couldn't get it to go. And Toussaint was there for the tie-up.
I'll tell you, you better make sure your Blue Cross Blue Shield is paid up tonight.
It's one of those kind of games. 4-minute scoring drought now for Eastern Kentucky. And a turnover. Mitchell Steen in transition, missed it again. Taylor goes up strong and gets the roll.
God, there's a lot of contact. Is this a foot? I saw the NFL projections today. This must be the NFL draft.
Oh, look at the discard. More contact, and Toussaint takes advantage.
Woo! Is that a first down?
Waiting for a face mask here pretty soon. There's a foul. It'll send Jefferson to the line.
I'll tell you one thing. The referees are earning their money tonight.
It's always got to be tougher to officiate a postseason game. So much on the line. So much effort from both sides. It's the Colonels by 4. We'll step aside here at the A-Sun semifinals.
Discover the heart of...
Earlier tonight, they played twice in the regular season, and Eagles won both games in different fashion.
Well, as we said, 30 points here, 1 by 3 at EKU. Right now, points in the paint, +6 for EKU. And you got Angeles with 8 points, and then leading the Eagles is Monty Jefferson with 7. Turnovers, FGC only has 3, and 5 for EKU.
Jefferson with a chance to add to her 7 right here. And misses the first. The Eagles are shooting 27%, but they're still only down by 4.
You see, they're only a 67% team, free throw shooting team. So we've said in the past, they got to get that number above 70%.
Yeah, they really do, especially in the NCAA tournament game. I mean, they just need to have a good game or two once they get there, but if they continue to shoot it from the 60s at the line, that might cost them. Lob inside. McGinnis-Taylor missed it wildly.
Well, see, now, what happened here was she was out about a step and a half from where she really wanted to be. Ooh, little push off there.
Taylor sets the screen for Page. Page trying to get to the elbow. Now it's Flowers. Roll will let it fly in the corner, in and out.
Boy, FGC just can't get a break on that. I thought these were their baskets at home.
4 for 16 now from 3. McGinnis-Taylor. Defended by the smaller roll. Now it's Angeles. McGinnis-Taylor rolls.
Oh, see, that's not, you got to be set on that shot.
And missed the bank, but Toussaint is there to clean it up.
Clean up aisle 7 by Toussaint.
Toussaint again, double figures in the quarters against Stetson, the first tournament win for EKU this year. I think they're going to get Recanati there for blowing up the screen. They are. Baseline inbound coming for FGCU, but first, Kailani Lindsay will return. Inside feed, Mitchell Steen missed again from point blank. A lot of traffic down there, but Mitchell Steen is now still scoreless. Final 3 minutes of the first half. We'll have a full halftime report coming from Fort Myers. Oh, lost the handle there. Recanati came up empty.
That's unusual for Recanati.
Eagles trying to go fast. Roll. Using the screen. Bounce pass knocked away by Angeles.
You'll see, when you're in that crowd, you can't throw a bounce pass.
Long pass ahead to Toussaint turning. Somehow slipped it to the corner. And the Colonels will slow it down. And There's a big screen. It's going to be another foul on Recanati.
That's a big foul.
That's
two.
Two quick ones on the superstar for the Colonels.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if they let her play the last 2:23. Because with 3 fouls, she becomes a liability defensively.
Coach Todd is over at the bench. There you see not quite set by the time Paige ran into her. You mentioned a football game, Jay Webb. That was a good old crack block. Paige is smothered at the rim. Out of bounds, though, to the Eagles.
See, they got rim protectors. 4 women over 6 foot. It's hard to go in there in the trees.
And that has always been part of the formula to beat FGCU. If you're going to beat them, you have to have a little bit of size.
Well, you gotta have if you have a rim protector, and they've got a couple.
Because they will spread you out and get some layups. Jefferson will try again. And this time she hits. Double digits in the first half for Amani Jefferson. She now has 11.
That's how she rolls.
Turning the corner, Costner missed the bank. Ball gets knocked around, and Jefferson is the last to touch it.
I'll tell you, here's what I love about this game so far. First of all, the intensity on both sides. But the other thing is the referees are letting the young women decide the game, not the whistles.
Only 12 combined fouls for the half. There could be more with the way this game's been played. Freihofer had it stripped by Mitchell Steen. It'll stay with the Colonels.
See what? They've got 5 players on EKU. They can put the ball on the floor and go to the hole. So, yeah, they're making threes, but they also can put it on and go.
There's Angelus to inbound. Freihofer, the freshman, working on Cairns, the senior. We've got a tie-up, and it's heading to the Eagles.
Well, see, the young lady's got to learn. When you dribble the ball and hold it down by your knees, small people can grab it. And you saw Jefferson come around and snatch it.
Final 90 seconds of the opening half. It's been a tight one here in Fort Myers. Cairns to Jefferson. Drives. Wild shot is no good.
Well, I think she thought she might have got fouled.
Shot that one with the back to the basket. McGinnis-Taylor kicks. Costner. Handoff to Angelus. Into the lane. Heavy contact, and it's a block. And the crowd will voice their displeasure.
Well, first of all, the crowd does not know what they're talking about. That was a block. I mean, really?
We're getting some boo birds, but I agree with you. I think this was a good call.
They can boo all they want. That was film don't lie.
That's a block every day ending in Y. Angelus makes the first. Second one off the mark. Roll has it, and here comes FGCU. They can go for a 2-for-1 if they hurry. Taylor down the lane. Count it. Lauryn Taylor to the cup.
Lauryn Taylor, watching her grow has been a lot of fun.
7 points, 6 rebounds here in the first half. We've got players going down underneath. It'll be an offensive foul.
That is on 32, I believe.
Which would be McGinnis-Taylor's second.
We have Taylors everywhere. Get some suits made at this group.
So McGinnis-Taylor heads to the bench with 2. That's 3 players with 2 now for Eastern Kentucky. Costner is the other. Cairns directing traffic. 3-second differential shot to game clock. Eagles will burn some clock. Page looking. Taylor, 4 to shoot. Inside to contact, and she'll go to the free throw line with 6 seconds on the game clock.
See, once again, when bigs can put the ball on the floor, go to the hole, create fouls, you get foul shots. Now, Taylor is a 67% free throw shooter. They're bringing Recanati back in, maybe to get a 3 up.
Yeah, here comes the 2 foul brigade back onto the court. All 3 players with 2 fouls are out there to play offense. And you just have to be careful not to drive too hard. Stand by at halftime. Ty Maranzato will be with Chelsea Lyles, the FGCU head coach, for some thoughts. Taylor connects, and we are tied at 27. The Eagles have only led for 54 seconds tonight as the Colonels can't score before the buzzer. So after 20 minutes of basketball, we are all square as you look at our... Obviously, they're looking to keep that streak going under a new head coach this year, and Coach Todd's bunch came out ready to go. They read the scouting report. They had all those screening actions, those rolls to the rim. They had them covered in the first half. There is Greg Todd. What a great job he has done. And we'll see what his team's got left in the tank here in the second half.
He's called the transfer coach. He has like about 15 players over the course, comes into their plan, into their program. But, hey, man can coach, Lyles can coach. Let's see if the players can play.
Third quarter underway from Fort Myers. Winner going to the A-Sun title game to play the winner of Central Arkansas and Lipscomb. That game is now underway in Conway. Good move inside, and the freshman Liz Freihofer gets the scoring going.
Well, there's Freihofer. She may be a freshman, but she plays like a veteran.
Eagles led for less than 1 minute in the first half. Jefferson, fake, floater, yes. This could be a 20-point game for Jefferson. They may need it. She's got 13, heavy collision, and it's an offensive foul.
Now, that's a big foul. That's a third foul on Recanati, and they need her to be in this game and for her to be her aggressive self.
So far, no movement towards the bench for Greg Todd.
So the effect on this is it negates her aggressiveness on defense and maybe slows down her penetration on offense.
Yeah, they've got to go at her now defensively. 3 fouls. There she goes. Right by her. Mitchell Steen for 2.
Well, Mitchell Steen says, hey, you got 3. If you hit me, you're going to get fouled. Foul.
Mitchell Steen scoreless in the first half. 0 for 4 from the field, and that just may get her going.
Well, they say it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Eagles have the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Costner had it knocked away. It's going to be a kickball. It'll be a shot clock reset to 20.
You know, there's a plethora of players. Costner, Recanati, Freihofer. They've got an excellent ball team there. Yeah, the Colonels do. John, I'm telling you. Whoa!
And we've got another foul going against EKU, and it's going to be the third foul on McGinnis Taylor. And she will come out.
That's huge.
Rafaela Toussaint will enter for her. And these are critical calls going against the Colonels. All of a sudden, EKU backs against the wall. This will be a test of their resolve. Recanati playing with 3. McGinnis Taylor benched with 3. Mitchell Steen is going to be called for an offensive foul. It was either on her or the 4th on Recanati.
Well, that was a good call. You know what happened? She dropped the shoulder. If she'd gone straight, watch what happens here. See, she comes in, and then see the dip of the shoulder is what got her.
Yep.
If she went straight up, that was on Recanati.
That is
good call by the officials.
That is a great shot of that play. Around it goes. Recanati from the logo will reset the offense. Turns on Jefferson. Around the back dribble. Righty floater. No good. Everything but the finish from Recanati.
Yeah, the only thing it didn't do was go down.
Taylor thought about it. Mitchell Steen. Book it. Eagles by 5.
See, Mitchell Steen, once again, confidence. Took the shot. She hasn't been shooting well. Shooters believe.
Yeah, Angeles has been their best shooter. We'll see if she can get an open look. Toussaint. Not afraid to go after Taylor. Angeles using the screen. Good defense from Cairns. Knocked out of bounds with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Good defense by FGCU.
Flowers gets the early call, replacing Roll. Lob, too far.
Whoa.
Mitchell Steen, head up, in transition. Jefferson turns. We'll back it out. It's a 7-0 FGCU run. Good defense from the Colonels. Eagles patient. Mitchell Steen steps back. Missed it. And a tie-up on the rebound. It's a foul on Jefferson. And Chelsea Lyles has been as animated as we've seen her all year.
Well, she said that Jefferson got hooked.
That's a few possessions now in this third quarter where she has gotten on the officials.
Is that Jefferson's second foul, right?
Yes, okay. Second on her. Pull-up three. No good. Freihofer had a good look. Taylor with rebound number 7. Flowers forcing the issue. Taylor working on Toussaint. Serena Roll right back in. Lefty scoop. No good. Taylor the rebound. Extra possession. Roll reverses it. No good. Taylor is on it again. Lauryn Taylor missed the layup. Bodies on the deck, and here come the Colonels. Recanati leading, no good. Refs have swallowed the whistles. It's Taylor on the other end for 2. Timeout, Greg Todd. FGCU with their largest lead of the night.
I mean, both coaches are saying there's fouls everywhere.
Here's another look on the long distance.
I know the Eagles is a tough program, and they played them well in the loss to Richmond. In this half, he wants better ball and player movement. They got away from that in the second quarter, and to succeed, they need to move the rock in this second half. John, back over to you.
Good stuff from Coach Todd and Jay Webb. That's exactly what you said, but right before the start of the third quarter, it's about emotions here in this second half.
Well, emotion goes out the way. It's all about practical application, and like Coach Lyle and Coach Todd said, hey, you got to be cool, calm, and collected.
Right. Keeping the emotions in check. Kostner at the free throw line. And a turnover. Flowers picks her way through, and we've got a travel.
Travel or jump ball? Wow. Take your pick.
I believe they called a travel.
Okay.
Still, though, a 9-0 run for the Eagles. 4-minute scoring drought for the Colonels. Recanati playing with 3. I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer for Coach Todd to leave Recanati in with 3. There she is. Bouncing off defenders, Roll with the rebound. Eagles by 7. Mitchell Steen. Back to Skylar Gill.
See, once again, turn the corner.
Roll. Great hesitation. Serena Roll gets around the defense. The lead swells to 9.
Well, 9 is not a big enough lead because they were 11 up down in at EKU.
Great move inside, but McGinnis-Taylor did not get the roll. We've got a foul on the Colonels on the rebound.
Who's that on? 32?
That's her fourth.
Oh, boy. That's not good.
That'll take us to a break. McGinnis-Taylor will have to sit. She's got 4, and it's the Eagles by 9 with a trip to the title game on the line.
The Atlantic Sun is the destination.
The youngsters loving it inside Alico Arena. FGCU now up by 9 after we were tied at the break. It looks like Azul may have stolen our stool for our camera op down there. There is McGinnis-Taylor now stuck on that bench with 4 personal fouls. The most recent one came going after a rebound. Only 2 points tonight, but she's a big presence down low. Won't be easy to replace her here for an extended period of time. John Vitas, J. Webb Horton with you. 4:41 to go in the third. Eagles with an 11-2 start to this quarter. Gill, floater, no, rebound, Toussaint.
See, that's a shot where you got to use the glass.
Now, we've seen a few players try and do that from that spot tonight. Toussaint's going to play the 5 with McGinnis-Taylor out. There she is. She'll pull the 3 and missed it. Tap towards the baseline, and it's going to stay with EKU.
We'll see Toussaint also. Young lady with some size in there. So you're replacing 5'11", 6 foot with someone who's 5'11", 6 foot.
Recanati finds Angeles.
Angeles has quieted down a little bit.
Toussaint misses the mid-range. Mitchell Steen clears. 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Mitchell Steen. Under 4 to go in the third. Collision and a late whistle. It's going against Angeles.
Well, see, once again, and I've said this over and over, you play defense, move your feet. See, watch this. See, she's moving. And survey says no.
That's now 5 players with multiple fouls for Eastern Kentucky.
And given how the physicality of this game's been, that's not a lot of fouls, is it?
That's true. Could be more. There's been several possessions where they've let him play.
See, once again, you got to move the ball.
Cairns has been quiet, looking for roll. Shovel to Flowers, and she comes up short.
Well, see, one of the things, I don't care how big your lead is, you can't have empty possessions because NKU has shown that they can score.
20 points in the first quarter for EKU, but none in the last 6.5 minutes.
Toussaint
tied up with Roll, and Roll
jump
will
ball.
get the jump and the possession.
EKU, possession arrow to the Eagles.
Toussaint frustrated. They have not been able to score. Eagles bring Page back in. FGCU with a smaller lineup right now. No Taylor. A lot of guards. Flowers blows by Recanati and lays it up and in.
We'll see, Recanati can't afford to get that other foul, can't she?
And the Eagles are taking advantage of that. First double-digit lead of the night for Florida Gulf Coast.
Oh.
Skylar Gill sends it back.
Is that Skylar Gill? Let's see that again.
Gill stuck with the driver. Here's the look.
Oh, yeah, said no. Rejection, block party.
Lob for Angeles. She'll pull.
Whoa.
And Angeles hits again.
Much-needed basket.
12 points for her now to lead the Colonels. First Colonel into double digits. And a reach-in foul called on Freihofer. That's her third foul. So that's 3 starters now with 3 fouls or more for EKU.
Man, fouls for EKU are building up like the inflation rate in America. It just keeps going higher and higher, baby.
It's certainly not going lower.
No.
Page makes the first. Page, another non-D1 transfer on this Eagles roster. She and Taylor coming up from the D2 ranks this year and making an immediate impact. Angeles into contact. That's going to be a block on Gill. Officials telling everybody to calm down a little bit.
Well, our officials have done a good job.
So there's the scoring by half.
Luis Gonzalez, the head official, veteran.
Coach Todd.
You know when you're doing a good job when both coaches are yelling at you.
Yeah, that's true. Coaches generally yell. It's hard to avoid. Floater off the window, no, but free throws coming for Caitlin Costner.
See, once again, high basketball IQ. You're down 10. Shots aren't falling. What's Costner do? Hey, that Hoosier basketball IQ. Put it on the floor, go to the hole. Make someone make a call.
So Costner to shoot 2. First one is good.
Whoa, got a little home cook in there.
Around and down for Costner, former Buckeye. Oh, boy. She must have noticed the students behind the backboard.
She's a 74% free throw shooter.
A flurry of substitutions here for EKU. Maya Wardle back in. Recanati will get a breather.
Well, if FGCU can hang on and win this, I hope the student body comes out and supports them on Saturday, John.
Yeah, spring break is over now. Big time game potentially Saturday if FGCU can hang on to this lead. Up by 9 with 12 minutes to go. Not out of the woods yet. Colonels are still in it.
What's nice is it.
Taylor spots up. No. Angeles all alone for the board.
And they're doing this without Imani Jefferson.
That's true.
So letting her get some rest.
Keen observation. In the post, this is Lindsay.
Whoa.
Mitchell Steen got a hand on it, but they're going to get her for a foul, and it's free throws coming for Kailani Lindsay.
Well, see, Lindsay dropped the shoulder, but they didn't call it that time, did they? Because she said, I got a mouse in the house.
Florida native will shoot 2. Mitchell Steen exits after committing the foul. Mitchell Steen has 3 fouls now. The only Eagle, or Jefferson and Mitchell Steen have 3. Nobody else has more than 1 for FGCU.
Lindsay's a Florida girl, Wildwood, Florida.
Foster High School. Got them both. That was smooth. Recanati right back in. There you see not a lot of free throws in this game.
Well, Recanati's on my all-name team.
Aliche. Roll. Page fakes. Eagles can burn some clock. Page, a long one. No good. Recanati clears. Here's Wardle. A minute to go in the third. Freihofer gives it up. Spin move. Righty floater for Recanati.
I love the spin move. Once again, took it to the cleaners. Put it in the spin cycle, baby.
Eagles with the response. Alana Page for 3.
Page says, nice move, but watch this.
On the other end. Back down low for Lindsay. Lindsay with a nice move, but missed the layup, and it's tapped out to Flowers. Flowers looking to run, but the maroon jerseys get back. EKU still winning that rebounding battle. Eagles can hold for the final shot. Flowers on the blow-by.
Whoa.
Is rejected. Lindsay sends it back. 2 seconds to go. Angeles from half court.
Whoa.
Almost got it to go, but it does not fall. And it's FGCU by 8. But things are...
Well, excellent coaching move by Coach Law, right? Maintain your lead. You got your best player on the bench. You got 10 minutes to finish. So here we are looking for 10 minutes. What are you looking at? FGCU. Compete for 40 minutes. If you're EKU, you got to compete to the finish. Now, we know that EKU has come back. On the road, I mean, when FGCU was there, they fought back down 11. FGCU's got to say, hey, not in their house can that happen.
There are two numbers that jump out to me going into this fourth quarter. We mentioned that EKU was +6 in the paint in the first half, which is a rarity for FGCU. FGCU has eliminated that gap. They are now tied in points in the paint, and FGCU also is starting to flex their muscles in the turnover battle. They are +8 in turnovers tonight.
Well, FGCU, remember, we were talking earlier. I said they had to shoot 33% to win this ball game and limit their turnovers. 14 turnovers for EKU and only 6 for FGCU. So,
that's extra. It's extra possessions on a night where the Eagles aren't shooting at their best, and that may be the reason they win. We've got a blocking foul there.
Well, see, once again, you condition. You cannot be sloppy with your footwork because that's what you get this team back in the game. They got 2 fouls already.
Yeah, they're not too far from the ball. There's 3. That one's on Cairns, and the crowd is getting restless. Almost in the bonus, 15 seconds into the quarter.
That's not good.
Cairns came down on her, and you can see the reaction from Taylor.
That was a good call.
Costner to shoot 2.
.74% free throw shooter.
She got them both. And it's a 6-point game.
Here comes Amani Jefferson.
She'll be back in as we look at the score update from Conway. Sugar Bears with an 11-point lead in the second quarter. Central Arkansas finishes 2 games behind FGCU in the standings at 16-2. So that would be a showdown if we get it on Saturday. Roll. Threw it away.
Well, they missed the kick there.
Yeah, ball did touch the foot. There's Recanati. If EKU wins it, it's going to be with her. And
we got someone down here.
We've got an ankle injury, unfortunately, for Freihofer.
I think she stepped on Jefferson's foot, John.
Yeah, right ankle. She went down immediately. And they're going to send the teams to the...
Yes, information, so we know what players can, where they're from, what their percentages are. A lot of stuff goes into what we do.
Absolutely.
Even guys like Lucas Nicholson help us make us look good, better than we are.
So a 6-point game. Freihofer did put some weight on that right ankle, so not out of the question, and maybe she can tough it out. Great move inside and finish from Lindsay.
Hey, Lindsay can ball.
Back in the Sunshine State, making her presence felt. Down to a 4-point game. Jefferson back in. Gill, the veteran. Back to the other fifth-year senior. Jefferson hangs and hits. A chance for 3.
Well, once again, that's why she's the player of the year in the A-Sun.
Coach Todd just put his hands up after that one. Not much you can do.
God, that was good defense.
Yeah.
What'd she say? I don't need no pick. I don't need no play. Give me the ball. Get out of my way.
You're quite the poet.
Hey, didn't even know it. Hit the free throws.
Jefferson converts a big three-point play at the 8.5-minute mark of the fourth.
See, we knew EKU wasn't going away.
Recanati in the corner. Lobs to Toussaint. Toussaint going to work. Off the window, no. Got her own miss. Throws it to the Eagles.
See, they've got to finish it.
Oh, into three jerseys of the opposite color. And Jefferson missed it. Here comes EKU. Recanati has been contained. Gets downhill and draws contact, and she'll shoot two. Only 4 points tonight for Recanati. When they came to Fort Myers in the regular season, she scored just 2 points.
See, one of the things the FGCU guards have to understand, when they penetrate, there are 2 or 3 people back there that are 6 foot. So they have rim protectors. You cannot go in there and do your normal flip-up layup because you will lose your teeth.
Now you see just 2 for 10, but if they're going to come back, they will need her to play a role.
Well, she's 85%.
Oh, boy.
From the free throw line. Or 83, yeah, 83%. That's unusual for her to miss.
What are the chances she misses two?
I don't, not very good. She's going to make this one. What can I say?
You had an 85% chance.
At 85, yeah. Even I can get that second serve in.
6-point margin. Cairns had it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles.
Cairns sort of let that go. I might have caught that just in case.
Cairns is a 10-point-per-game player. She's got nothing so far. She's contributed in other ways, but they would love to get some offense from her. Roll.
See, they got to be careful.
Mid-range, no. Good rebound for Lindsay.
Now, see, good footwork there by Roll.
Eagles are moving. That one deflected and stolen. Mitchell Steen got the job done. Jefferson floating into the front court. Mitchell Steen, head down. Kicks. Roll on the bounce. Trying to get it to Taylor, and we've got a foul. It'll be on the floor, just a second. Called on EKU this quarter. McInnes Taylor into the game, and the EKU coaches are upset again. They thought that foul was on the floor, and they're giving Taylor free throws.
Lauryn Taylor is 67% from the free throw line.
What a great shot.
These are critical free throws.
Flowers ready to come in. Missed the second. Rebound tapped away. Recanati frustrated, trying to find some teammates to give it to.
See, once again, you want to pass the ball, not dribble.
Toussaint with a strong move, but didn't get the roll. Mitchell Steen controlling. Taylor working against a player with 4 fouls. Cairns saves it. 12 on the shot clock.
See, Amani sets that offense.
Roll.
You got to put that up.
Drives and draws the foul. It's on the floor. And that's the third team foul of the quarter on the Colonels.
Is that third or fourth?
So we're going to see some free throws here down the stretch, no doubt about it. Cairns comes out. Both teams have gone better than 2.5 minutes without a field goal.
This is a drought.
Scoring has come to a halt. Roll, doesn't get the call, and now the Colonel's clear.
Wow.
Head of Steve Costner into a brick wall. It's an offensive foul.
Well, see, Costner's got to be, she has a higher IQ than that, knowing that you're going full tilt boogie with the player in front of you. See, that's a turnover.
4 fouls on Costner now. She'll come out.
This is a critical possession for FGCU because they are letting the Colonels hang around.
It's been a single-digit margin for this entire fourth quarter. Flowers down the lane. She's getting some big minutes tonight. Roll's been looking to drive. Gets the whistle, and Serena Roll will shoot 2.
That's the third foul there. On Angeles, right? Yes. No.
Yes, the third on Angeles.
So you got to put, once again, I like the fact they're putting the ball on the floor. Making the officials make a call.
Roll misses the first. Eagles have left 4 points at the free throw line now. 8 for 12 for the game.
So she's 46% from the free throw line.
Misses the second. And the Eagles lead by 7. McGinnis-Taylor kicks. Recanati tees one up, but did not get the roll.
Boy, oh boy. She's money on that.
And that seemed like their moment to get back in it. Mitchell Steen turns the corner and banks it in.
Recanati is a 40% shooter from the 3. So when you get a miss by her, whew.
Yeah, you're not going to get a much better look than that.
No, you dodged the bullet there.
Eagles back up by 9. Angeles kicks. Costner from the corner, short. Recanati got popped, no whistle. No numbers either. Jefferson going to go anyway, and finger rolls it in.
Timeout by the EKU Colonels.
Coach Todd wants to talk it over. Florida Gulf Coast has matched their largest lead of the night, and the fans love it.
The doctor for the tournament did come down and determine she was good to play the rest of the ball game, as we did see her enter about halfway through that fourth quarter. John, back over to you.
Thank you, Ty. There she is, back on the court. Freihofer returning after what was a scary moment there. Went down pretty hard and is back in the ball game. So tip of the cap to her, all freshman team. A little bit of a hitch in that giddy up, but she's moving pretty well. Off of the rolled ankle. That's one of those common basketball injuries that just need a little time, get that foot elevated after the game, and she hopes they have one more game to worry about on Saturday.
Hey, you know what, Freihofer, man, she doesn't want that ankle bad to help her on her pickleball game.
McGinnis-Taylor misses. Mitchell Steen the rebound.
She's a ferocious pickleball player, they told me.
Well, she's in the right place for that. Missed layup. Taylor cleans it up. Corner pocket. Page, no. Jefferson on the weak side will go to the free throw line.
Man.
Recanati got hit again.
Recanati and Jefferson, 2 stars.
Linking up. And Recanati a little shaken after that collision.
Hey, she's tough. She's one tough human being. She's okay.
That hurts, and she knows what the score and the time means. That this could be the final 3:56 of her illustrious career. $18 for Jefferson, leads all scorers tonight. Meanwhile, on the other side, on the defensive side, Taylor's got 12 rebounds. Double tonight for Taylor. There's the game log for Recanati. 27 against JU, 20 in the quarters against Stetson. She has been terrific, but tonight, really struggling. 2 for 11 from the field, just 5 points. Eagles shut her down on this court in the regular season as well. It's always a good way to win games. Shut down the other team's best player. That's an offensive foul. It's going against Toussaint. By the way, Toussaint has double-digit rebounds as well.
Lipscomb is back within 5 of Central Arkansas.
That game's at halftime. High-scoring game there. On the lower side here, Eagles don't care what the score is as long as they advance. Looking for their 9th consecutive ASUN tournament championship. Oh, by the way, they've won 8 regular season titles in a row as well. Mitchell Steen finds Jefferson, 6 to shoot. Mitchell Steen into traffic, threw it through Taylor and out of bounds. Here's a score update, what Jay Webb was just mentioning. In the all-purple tilt, the Sugar Bears have a 5-point lead. That one no good. And the Eagles have it. Costner just couldn't find it.
Whoa.
EKU now 1 for 6 from 3.5, and we've got an offensive foul.
Who was that on?
Page away from the ball.
See, you got to clean that out. You can't have that. You got to be cognizant of where you are and where your opponent is.
It is now a 5-minute scoring drought for Eastern Kentucky. There you see it, and that is not the time of your season to go on a 5-minute scoring drought. Fourth quarter of the semis. We've got another foul. Recanati looks like a boxer right now, bleeding from the lip. That's going to be on the Eagles, so Page will come out.
2 places you don't want to run on your yard or in the basketball game. Man, both of them are deadly.
Recanati has been bruised and battered tonight. Wonder if we've got some fans in Italy staying up late with us tonight.
Oh, you better believe that. A little Italian wine, little pasta. Come on, man.
Sounds like our post-game dinner tonight.
Oh, hey, we're heading to Zeno. Hey, that's right. We got 2:45. John, I know you're heading on to do baseball, but you'll be back next year for some basketball games.
Yeah, be back for spring training.
You know, I see the staff here at the table like you all of a sudden. They want to come for free pasta.
Sub coming in here. I did want to give a shout-out to our crew because this school year has maybe been the best student crew that we have had in my 8 years here at the university. Lucas, Ty, Taylor, Joe, Jeffrey, Josh, Emily, Eric, Johnny, Cameron, and Will working tonight's game amongst many of other talented young students running the broadcast behind the scenes.
That was a 5-second violation there? I don't think so. Luis Gonzalez there, check it. Boy, I thought that was in, didn't you?
Colonels will have it. Recanati thought about it. Drives on Jefferson and had it poked away by Mitchell Steen. It's going to end up being closer to a 7-minute scoring drought for EKU. I should say a field goal drought.
What? Man, there's a kerfuffle everywhere.
Lots of bodies tangled up in this game, and Recanati is just taking a beating.
Man alive, take the standing 8 count.
There you go. Here's a look. And after the play, they bumped hips. There it is. Angeles all over Cairns. Crowd wanted a foul. Taylor will pull. And Taylor will hit the dagger for FGCU.
Oh. Turn out the lights. The party's over.
14-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Angeles needs it. No. 13 rebounds for Lauryn Taylor.
Run some clock if I'm FGCU.
And Recanati just committed her 5th. And hopefully some Eagles fans can appreciate what she's done over the last 5 years. 155 games of sheer brilliance for Alice Recanati. An all-time great at EKU and in the Atlantic Sun Conference as the curtain closes on a magnificent career. And the emotions come to a head in March.
Well, I'll tell you what, my hat is off to her. Kudos to her family back in Italy. You have got one heck of a ball player, and she's represented EKU well. She's not a colonel, she's a general, I'm telling you.
Well, there's got to be a league in Italy or somewhere in Europe that will find a spot for Alicia Recanati.
In a heartbeat.
Doesn't take away the sting tonight for Recanati and her team.
Hey.
7 minutes plus without a field goal for EKU.
All you want to do is compete.
Eagles have led with defense all season long, and it has all come to fruition here in the 4th. EKU scored 7 points in the second quarter. They've got only 7 points here in the 4th quarter.
Is that on Jefferson?
Yes, 4 on Jefferson.
Minute 31.
Free throw is no good from Toussaint. Well, Greg Todd has done a great job with this program. Back-to-back trips to the semifinals. He does have a bunch of good young players back next year, of course, with the big asterisk of the portal always for incoming and outcoming players. But there is a lot to build on here this season. 21 wins is a big number, and this program's in a good place right now. Jefferson breaks the timeline, and we'll use a little clock. Bounce pass Taylor. Taylor draws the foul, and we'll go to the line with 1:14 to go.
Nice dish there by Amani Jefferson.
FGCU is a minute 14 away from being 1 win away from another trip to the NCAA tournament. We were surprised to see them projected as a 13 seed the other day, but that has been corrected. Now a 12 seed according to ESPN, projected to play the Maryland Terrapins, number 5 seed in the opening round. That'll be potentially a matchup in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, with UNC and Ball State alongside.
First of all, I never pay attention to those things, John, because they don't know.
Right.
They're guessing. And to me, you got to wait and see on Selection Sunday where you're going to go and where you're going to be.
To me, it's not about the matchups. It's what seed line do they have you on. That's kind of what I look at.
I mean, I wait to the NCAA. When I wait, bracketologists making predictions.
You can make a good living being a bracketologist, though.
Well, you're wrong every bloody year, and they still pay. That's a job I want.
Amba Quokun is in for the first time, a senior for EKU, number 10. As Angeles is dazed now, too. Just so much contact tonight.
Well, there's more contact here than in a scrum.
Feels like a prize fight in a way. You're going to get the freshman Freihofer back out. Capria Brown and McGinnis Taylor out of eligibility as far as we know as well. So 4 players who might potentially play their final college game tonight for EKU.
Still halftime there at the Sugar Bears.
Final 50 seconds. Eagles by 18. Stand by. We will have a post-game interview with Ty after tip, or after the buzzer. Costner feeds it inside. Lefty bank shot is good for Rafaela Toussaint. Eagles will have to take a shot here or let the shot clock run out. A trap roll.
Yeah, Todd has called the dogs off there.
Yep. Mitchell Steen will handle. And that will be that. Well, this one did not come easily. The score not indicative of how competitive this game was. EKU led by double digits after the first quarter, and FGCU did their thing from there. Shot clock violation. So EKU will inbound, and that will be it. Eagles forced 18 turnovers tonight. That was a big factor. And these fans about to show their appreciation as they have got another chance to watch their team here at home in what will be the final campus site game in Atlantic Sun basketball history. They're going to Jacksonville next year, but we've got one more game here in Fort Myers, Florida. Florida Gulf Coast is going back to the A-Sun championship game. They will have a chance for their 54th consecutive conference win.